What's happening, everyone? I hope you're well. I haven't done a live for a while, thought I'd come on. Just loading up. Stevie, how are you? Khalid, what's happening? Montana. M. James, I love Liverpool too. Looking forward to being back there December 11. Kieran Conway. Right, let's get started. Fury against Paul, who wins? I've got a terrible feeling that Jake Paul might. Dillian, what's happening? Rutland, thank you, mate. Montana Love, just to let you know, December 4, I got your message. Back shortly, 100% is going down. All good, Stevie. Enjoying your work. Jamie the Miracle Mitchell, WBA World Champ online. Kieran Conway, what's happening, mate? Akib Fiaz. When is AJ next fight? Probably, I would say, March or April. Eddie, no more Molina, mate. Mate, disappointing. Disappointing. He should have, see with Eric Molina, right? He should have just stayed down after the first one, because the first one genuinely was actually quite a heavy knockdown. Sam Jones in the house. LA, how are you, my friend? Haney v Jojo update. So I'm actually flying to Vegas tomorrow night. I'm hoping we can get that fight announced this week. They had the offer. It's a better offer than they got to fight Ryan Garcia. And just waiting on Golden Boy to close it. Who is Conor Benn fighting next? December 11, Liverpool, trying to close a big fight, which hopefully will get closed today. Tomorrow we are announcing the December 18 show, Chisora Parker, and the full undercard, and tickets will go on sale on Thursday on Fight Pass, Friday on general sale. When will we see Alan Babbage? I am trying to get Alan Babbage as well on in Liverpool. There he is, the Romford Bull, Johnny Fisher, Barsh. Wow, hydrate in the house. Babbage v Allen. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Alan Babbage against Dave Allen? When are tickets out on sale for Liverpool? Probably very, very early next week. Jamie Mitchell, we're working on a fight date, won't be long. Eddie, when will we see you do a charity fight? Nah. Jake Paul, maybe. Wait, you said Devin is closing a deal with Jojo Diaz. Trying. Canelo done on DAZN. No, he's a free agent. Obviously, I've done his last 3 fights on DAZN. This one's on Showtime. Leeds date, not at the moment. Go to Vegas. I'm going. Only a motivated Dave Allen. This is the good point. Motivated for the right reasons. Baz T, no problem. Johnny Fisher, he's had 73 sweet and sour chicken balls in the last few days. Johnny, mate, you got to get back to the gym. Johnny Fisher, you could actually box twice this year. Thank you, Jamie. Thoughts on Boots Ennis? I think Boots Ennis is a great fighter. A really good fighter. I only saw a little bit of the Delorme fight, but he can really fight. Great fighter. What advice would you give to someone wanting to be a promoter? Don't do it, number one. And number two, just pay extreme attention to your numbers. Because most promoters run shows without thinking about the numbers and then don't even bother paying the fighters. Truth. Or take months to pay the fighters. Eddie, do you think Joshua will win a rematch? I do, but I also believe that it is a very difficult fight, but I believe he'll get it right. That Ali picture is class, thank you, as a present. Right, yeah. Callum Smith on the Liverpool card, no, but he will be out early next year. Conor Ben opponent, as I said earlier, looking to get that done today. Eddie Udosa, fight me you wet wipe. That's from Jack K, 769,421. Bellend. Shaka Bud, what's happening? Coogan Defo had a hair transplant. No, mate. Just a bit of crafty combing in the areas. Next for Hatton, Campbell Hatton will fight in Spain next in December. Will be announced soon. Dalton Smith will be out in January. Plans for Kevin. I come on here, I'll give you too much information. Kevin will be making his Matchroom debut December 11 in Liverpool. True Geordie pod was a belter, thank you, always a pleasure. If you haven't listened to that, my pod with True Geordie is out now. Steffi Ball, good to see you, mate. Andy Lee in the house. What's next for Buatsi? Okay, so Buatsi's next fight will be announced tomorrow. It is a really good fight, really tough fight, and that will be on the Chisora Parker card at Manchester Arena. When we're getting Dillian Whyte's fight on, I expect Dillian Whyte against Tyson Fury to be ordered at the WBC convention, and then negotiations will begin. What about your No Passion, No Point pod, Ed? Just agreed a third series with the BBC, and we will be starting that in the next month. Spider Richards, who would you like to see him fight next? Everybody wants a shot at the world title, but I'd like to get some of these domestic fights going. Sam Jones, Parker Chisora prediction. It definitely doesn't go 12 rounds this time. That's what I think. What about you, Samuel? If you wouldn't have made it as a promoter, would you still be selling double glazed windows? Yes, without a doubt. I was good at that. I was really good at that. Karis, how are you? Callum and Liam Smith next fight. Callum will be early next year, probably February. Liam Smith will probably be in January, almost certainly against Jesse Vargas. I'm trying to do that in Vegas. How is that there? Sorry. Fabio Wardley. Fabio Wardley will be out. He's had a couple of injuries. He'll fight in February. And then we want to make the Nathan Gorman fight for the British title. I think it's a great fight. Did you see we won the purse bid yesterday? Lee Wood against Mick Conlan. Great fight. Can't wait for it. Would you do KSI against Jake Paul given the chance? I did KSI against Logan Paul, and then I did Jake Paul's pro debut. I enjoyed it all, and it was amazing, but it's hard to... Basically, you're doing it for money, which felt fine, fair enough. It's been done before, I'll do it again. But it was different. Good guys though, I like them. I like what Jake Paul's doing in boxing. Taylor fighting the winner of Road to Undisputed. I think Chantel Cameron, if she wins that Undisputed Championship, her against Katie Taylor is a massive fight. Katie Taylor will box December 11 in Liverpool, and then hopefully she'll fight Amanda Serrano in April. Any news on Josh Warrington? Yeah, I mean, I think we've got the Maurizio Lara number 3 if we want to do that. I want him to fight Leo Santa Cruz in America. I think the Leeds fans deserve a big trip away, and I think he would take 8,000 or 10,000 to Vegas. Favourite boxer of all time? Do you know what? I loved a fighter called Meldrick Taylor. I don't know if anyone remembers him, but he was a great fighter. When's Mickinson out next? Looking at January. When is Triple G fighting? Looks like December 28 in Tokyo. Johnny Fisher v Steve Robinson. In time. I want to take Johnny Fisher on a worldwide tour in 2022. Box 8 times next year. Italy, Spain, America, London, Manchester, Liverpool, away days, everywhere. When's Joe Cordina next out? Joe Cordina will be next out December the 11th in Liverpool. And then I would like him to fight the winner of Fuzili against Agawa. Also, Zelfa Barrett will probably be in a final eliminator on December 18 in Manchester, and he'll be in that mix as well. Next for Anthony Fowler, moving up to 160, unquestionably. I think he'll be a real force at 160. Cyrus, what's happening, mate? When is the Chisora Parker undercard announcement? That is coming tomorrow. We will announce the full undercard for Liverpool. Reshat Mati v Conor Ben. Eddie, will Marku fight Ben? I think that could be a huge fight. Huge fight. I mean, it sells out the O2 straight away. Just trying to close this fight for Conor Ben for December the 11th. Really good fight. Really good fight. Chantel Cameron, she will fight the winner of Kelly Reese against Jessica Kamara. That fight is November 19, and then the winners will fight for the Undisputed World Championship. Babic needs to be stepped up. I think Babic is going at a good rate. He's only had 9 fights now. I think what we'll do with Babic is let's move him. Let's have a little fight at Bridgerweight. What about Babic against Oscar Rivas for the World Bridgerweight title? I'm not mad on Bridgerweight, but I think it's quite interesting. Akoli v Bradis, yes. Still waiting for an offer on that. Maxie Hughes. Listen, Maxie Hughes could still get the Devin Haney fight, who knows? But if not, he'll be fighting early next year. Opinion on Logan Paul against Mike Tyson? Nah. Rivas would smash Babic. Just in case Alan Babic is watching, that's what someone said. I didn't say that. What's next for Brock Jarvis? I was trying to get Brock on the Teofimo Lopez Cambosos card, but it's just too soon. So he'll be out probably early next year now. I'd watch Babic fight 7 days a week. Love Babic v Rivas. You've only got to go and look at the numbers on the DAZN YouTube from the Babic fight. It's just huge numbers. Dodging all the Billy Joe questions. No, not at all. I've not spoke to Billy Joe. I'd love to see him fight again. And I think there is a chance that he fights again next year, but I've not discussed that with him. Canelo Beterbiev, great fight. Will you do a Eubank impression? Absolutely not. Bradis against Akoli, a few questions on that. Latvia or England? As I said, I saw Kala said they're going to make an offer. We wait for that offer, and we're ready to go to Latvia for that fight if need be. Canelo v Bivol, very possible. Jack Cullen v Felix Cash 2, great fight. Jack Cullen has a cracking fight for December 18. I think I'm very, very pleased that he got this opportunity. What's more impressive, AJ CV or Fury CV? If you honestly ask yourself that question and be very honest, I think you know the answer. Dodging the Scott Fitzgerald questions. No, not dodging any questions. Scott Fitzgerald, I'm hoping to get him out towards the end of the year, but realistically, probably going to be early next year. McGrail in Liverpool in December. Yes, I've reached out to his team and asked him if he wanted to fight in Liverpool again. Aaron, how you doing, mate? Hrgovic against Babic. Big fight. Big fight in Croatia. It's a mountain for Babic. Conor Benn v Boots Ennis. Not yet. Listen, this Boots Ennis, he's ready. Boots Ennis is ready to fight Spence, Thurman, all those guys. Conor still needs a couple of fights before he gets to that level. Otto Wallin v Joe Joyce. It's a good fight. Tank v Cruz, is that a good fight? Do you know what? That is actually a good fight, but no one knows about Isaac Cruz. He can fight. It may be a tougher fight. Why is AJ taking so long off for the rematch? By me, it wasn't long ago. It's about a month ago. He's just resting, and he's going to start training soon. So we're in November now. Lawsy, what's happening, mate? How do you see the heavyweight division playing out over the next 2 years? I think Fury will fight Dillian Whyte. I think Usyk will rematch AJ, and then probably the winners will fight. And then I think all the belts will get fragmented, and then you'll see a few more world heavyweight champions. Probably a couple of random heavyweight champions, you know? If you look over the history of boxing, you always get a sort of random era of heavyweight world champions. I think you're going to get that again when the belts just disintegrate. Do you care about the belts? I'm asking you, do you care about the belts? You've been punching, Eddie. Knuckles look a bit chipped up. No. This one, I was away a few days and I went on this inflatable thing with the kids, and I was holding on so hard that it was scraping on the canvas, and my dog done that this morning. Could have come up with a better story really than that, you know. How are you, Eddie? Any spoilers for 2022 dates? I actually have a call on Thursday to go through all the dates for the early part of 2022. Going to look to close Liam Smith against Jesse Vargas in Vegas, middle end of Jan. Sky, how you doing? Biggest boxing upset of 2021. Probably have to say Josh Warrington against Mauricio Lara. Eddie, bring Canelo to Wembley. You know, I've already spoke to Canelo about coming to England to fight next year, and he would love to do it. Love to fight in England. Imagine Canelo, yes, Spencer Gregory, Canelo v Ryder in Feb at the O2. Aaron, apparently a no knockout clause in Jake Paul's contract. I do not believe that. I do not believe that. Eddie, thoughts on Paddy the Baddie? I don't really follow a lot of MMA, but he looks like a right character. Said hello to him in Liverpool, and obviously Meatball Molly done the broadcast for DAZN. I thought she was great. Callum Smith v Craig Richards is a great scrap. The problem is, Callum Smith, he should be fighting for a world title. He's been there, he's done it, and that's what he wants. Joshua Buatsi's got a really tough fight December 18, and then he should fight for the world title. Craig Richards, he's looking to fight for the world title. I love Craig Richards against Buatsi. I love Buatsi against Callum Johnson. There's so many good fights to be made domestically, but everybody wants a world title fight. Eddie, would you fight Oscar De La Hoya? No. Thoughts on Canelo's comments on Ryan Garcia? He's just a straight up guy. It's just what you think. I think everybody knows that maybe Ryan Garcia's commitment levels, well, they're not the same as someone like Canelo Alvarez. Eddie, you are coming political. Liked you before, you got tied up with all the alphabet organisations. Mate, the last thing I am is political. Buatsi v Yard, good fight. I mean, look, before Yard lost, that was, for me, that was the fight. domestically in the division. Ooh, Eddie, do you know what it's worth? Johnny Fisher is the best on earth. The Johnny Fisher songs were quality. What's next for Mikey Garcia? I don't know. I mean, that was a massive loss for him against Sandor Martin. Southampton show ever happening? It'll be Bournemouth before Southampton. Next for Wilder. Listen, I think Deontay Wilder done himself loads of favours. There's some massive fights out there for him. Who would you like to see Deontay Wilder fight? For me, Andy Ruiz. Thank you, Zed Dangerous. Couple of questions on Haney. As I said earlier, looking to close the Jojo Diaz fight. Made him a big offer, more than he got offered to fight Ryan Garcia, and just waiting on the signature. But needs to hurry up. Babic v Ariola Takam. Yes, Sam Jones. Rate that. Amo Williams will be back this year. His return to the ring will be announced shortly. Thank you, Cameron Belcher. Eddie Hearn v Shannon Briggs. AJ hasn't got a chance in a rematch. This isn't Andy Ruiz. We will see. Wilder v Chisora. Good fight. See what happens against Parker. Everyone ducks Devin Haney and you know it. I agree. I agree. Who next for Billum Smith? Chris Billum Smith fights next week against Breguion, the Frenchman. It's actually quite a decent fight. And then maybe a rematch with Tommy McCarthy. Bazinga, what's happening? Babic owes you 150. He went for the first round knockout. I couldn't believe Molina got up because I knew that his heart wouldn't be in it when it got really tough. But that was a big right hand. He should have stayed down. Hellenius too dangerous for Babic. Oh, that's a tricky fight. Do I think there'll be an upset this weekend, and do you think it goes the distance? I do think the Caleb Plant fight is a tough fight for Canelo, but he's so confident. I really think he'll stop him late on. Raymond Ford will be, his next fight announced soon. It will be on the Andrade card, by the looks of things. Conor Benn v Adrian Broner. We loved that fight. Made a couple of offers, but he's expensive, AB, isn't he? Eddie, you should do a meet and greet. You can always meet and greet me at the shows. I'm always there. Babic v Allen. Olympic signings. We will see. We will see. Is Lee Wood against Michael Conlan going to be at the City Ground? Well, there's three options, isn't there? The City Ground, Belfast, or MSG, Paddy's Day. Have you seen much of Nico Ali Walsh? Just a couple of clips. Jordan Gill. Big fight coming up for Jordan Gill, December the 11th, will be announced shortly. Best bit of boxing memorabilia. You know, I don't have that much memorabilia, to be honest with you. Eddie Hearn v Bob Arum is what we want to see. You'll see it this week at some point. What's business like with most valuable promotions? That's Jake Paul's company, if you don't know. Well, We'll see if we get the Amanda Serrano-Katie Taylor deal done. Kaylee Reese just joined. Shout out to Kaylee Reese for her brilliant punditry on DAZN at the weekend. Aqib Fiaz, Conor Benn v Amir Khan. That is the fight for me. How is the workout stuff going? Like, my weight's good, but just this travelling does me. I've got to train today, but I've lost my mojo a little bit, so I thought I'd come in. It's Big Johnny Fisher online. Bosh! Johnny Fisher, senior. Don't forget, next week, you and me, Chinese. Maya Jama still on DAZN, yes. Ben v Broner, yeah, we love that. Julio Cesar Martinez going for unifications next. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Julio Cesar Martinez fights in a couple of weeks in New Hampshire on the Andrade card. That's his mandatory against Arroyo. And then I want him to unify ASAP. I would like to make Julio Cesar Martinez against Juan Francisco Estrada. Massive fight. We will document. Actually, I don't know if Big John's still on, but I was with the DAZN guys last night and they said they wanted to take you to Hakkasan, Big John. But that is a very posh Chinese in the West End. I thought maybe we should just keep it local. I haven't had a Chinese for ages. Give us a joke, please, Eddie. Okay. Two monkeys sitting in a bath. One looked at the other and went, ooh, 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 ah, 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 ooh, 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 ah, ah. And the other one went, well, put some cold in there. Yeah, Johnny Fisher, I think we'll go local as well. I agree. Book it up, mate, Tuesday or Wednesday. It's on me. The Blue Orchid. Bosh. I think, what's my favourite sandwich on a Sunday afternoon? Good question. For me, right, crusty baguette. And just, you know the really cheap ham? The one that's like a quid and you get about 80 slices. Take it all out and just stick it in a baguette. Wallop. Do also like garlic sausage sandwiches. I think that's a bit controversial. Conway v Troy Williamson, good fight. Hrgovic. I'm trying to get someone to fight Hrgovic. Is there anybody in the IBF that will fight Filip Hrgovic, please? Dawn Smith out January next year. Nando's order, butterfly chicken, extra hot, spicy rice, and corn on the cob. Crawford v Porter predictions. I actually believe Crawford is going to win in very, very convincing fashion. I believe he stops him within 8 rounds. Thank you, Opulence. What does my own training regime look like week to week? It's just like what I can do. The odd Peloton, trying to do more weights now. Try and do 1 or 2 runs a week, but it's hard work with the travelling. Best knockout of 2021 so far. Probably Jose Cepeda against Barancic. I think that's probably my favourite one of 2021 so far. Thank you. CI. Devin Haney against Gervonta Davis. Would have taken that fight for December 5th. What's my prediction for Canelo Plant? Canelo inside 9 rounds. Any plans shown for Cardiff? Yes. February or March of next year, we will be in Cardiff 100%. You want Timo on Matchroom? Do you mean Teofimo? I think Teofimo's great. Do you know what? Working with him on this show, he's very, very good to work with. Lopez v Kambosos undercards announced shortly. Already announced the gala against Fuzili for the World Super Featherweight title. Rashat Mati also on that card. A couple of other title fights. Hello in Uzbekistan. Podcast, as I said earlier, coming back Series 3 on the BBC shortly. Thoughts on new PVC windows? I think good. I mean, you know, obviously with the wood windows and the aluminium, you don't know about the longevity. Is Jack Cullen on 18th of December? Yes. Little Lever are out in falls. Jack Cullen has a massive opportunity on December 18th. When do I think Campbell Hatton will be out? I said earlier, Campbell Hatton will box in Spain in December. Eddie, what's your daily motivation? I don't know. I really don't think you should overthink things. Keep it simple. Just get up and work as hard as you can and go sleep. Ginger Cabby, what's happening? Greetings from Bulgaria. You are very focused. I'm focused. Right. Why doesn't Bellew commentate on DAZN? Because I feel like Bellew is a better analyst than presenter. You may disagree with me. And I think Andy Lee is a brilliant commentator with Mike Costello. Sully Sissoko, what's happening, mate? Chisora Parker tickets this week. Yes, this Thursday, pre-sale on Fight Pass and Friday on general sale. Your hairline's on its way, mate. Yeah, it's just a little bit of crafty comb in there, mate. Not a problem. Hello from Albania. Don't forget, next weekend, World Championship doubleheader, Kid Galahad against Kiko, Terry Harper in a really tough fight against Alicia Baumberger, and Chris Billam-Smith defending his European title, and much more. Sheffield Arena next Saturday. All good, Tommy? All good, Suli, mate? Who's winning the Premier League this season? Chelsea. Good side. Mary McGee has joined. Special shout out to Mary McGee. Wow, what a performance. What a fight last Saturday. You are one tough, tough champion. Eddie, when are you flying out to Vegas? Later this week, mate, I will be there for the fight. And we also have Maiva Hamadouche fighting Michaela Meyer in the unification on Friday night in Vegas. White v Fury in Wembley Stadium would be pretty good. Favourite ever fighter from Manchester area? I have to go with Crawler. Zelfa Barrett in the house. Zelf, announcing your fight hopefully tomorrow. How was the Chinese Saturday night? Not had the Chinese. I'm taking Big Johnny Fisher out for a Chinese next week. Next Villa manager. You got a manager, Dean Smith. Dean Smith, former Leyton Orient player, great guy. When is Boaxi next out? December 18, Parker Chisora card in a really good fight. Mary McGee, you will be back stronger. Love to see you up at 147 as well. Eddie, are you holding any crypto, mate? No. No crypto for me. Jack Cullen next fight will be announced tomorrow. Brilliant fight for him, December 18. Who's Conor Benn's next opponent? Just finalising, hoping to announce that this week. Could be a really good fight. We're trying to close. Galaxy or Dairy Milk? Galaxy all day long. All day long. Right, guys. Thank you for joining. And I'll try and jump back on from Vegas later this week. And don't forget, next week, Sheffield Arena. We're going on a massive run, right? Next week, Sheffield Arena, Kid Galahad, Terry Harper, Chris Billam-Smith, etc. The week after that, quadruple World Championship header, Demetrius Andrade against Jason Quigley, Arroyo against Julio Cesar Martinez, Akhmad Aliyev Unified Championship against Rios, Kaylee Reese against Kamara for the Unified Championship and the semi-final of the Road to Undisputed. The week after that, Teofimo Lopez against George Kambosos at Madison Square Garden. The week after that, looks like Devin Haney, hopefully against Jojo Diaz. The week after that, Conor Benn, Katie Taylor, Joe Cordina, probably Alan Babbage, Jordan Gill against Gurfey, loads more in Liverpool. The week after that, Chisora Parker, Joshua Buatsi in a big fight, Zelfa Barrett in a big fight, Lerone Richards in a brilliant fight. It's going to surprise a lot of people. Jack Cullen in a really big fight as well. And that's also Bilbao to throw in there as well. We've got Rome this weekend. It's 10 shows in 8 weeks. So, big end to the year. Thank you for all your support. And we will catch you soon.